Hello anybody and welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. I am Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and in the last episode we finished up Kremland Interior, and in this episode we are going to be finishing up Krazy Kremland. Not that you'd know it from these last two levels if there wasn't a big sign that said Kremland. Not that you'd know we were in Kremland. So we're going to go straight to the first level of today's episode in a dark and dreary swamp. Another swamp level, although this is actually the last swamp level in the game. Spoilers. Which is good because I don't really have a ton left to say on swamp levels. Although this one in particular does have a lot of dragonflies, flitters I mean, as well as a new enemy type as you can see here. That is a cat of nine tails. They will spin at you with their tails and they actually do something interesting I should show off, and I probably will show off. Intentionally or otherwise, but we'll see when time comes. When these guys come down, it's best to just stay in place and let them slam into the chest. And that breaks it open. They've got some well-placed neckies there. I'm actually not going to let one of these grab me right now. If they grab you, they'll basically, if they don't damage you, they will fling you into the air and it can kill you. So I'm not going to show that off unless the game makes me show it off by letting me get caught. Ugh. Oh, I shouldn't have... Okay, so there's obviously something up here. It's an invincibility barrel. Now, what good does that actually do me here? It gets me an O, although I would have gotten that anyway. Yep. That would have been embarrassing. Oh, no. Well, that was silly. Might as well try and show off how... Oh. Bad commentary aside, you might have noticed that my life counter is now down to about 4 lives. That is because I reset the game. The invincibility barrel is just absolutely wonderful here. The important thing to remember for this section is that even though you're invincible, you don't want to hang around too long, and you still kind of want to take your time and not get too obsessed with killing the enemies as I did and lost a few lives. Now, oh god. As I was saying, you might have noticed that my life counter is down, and that is because I actually reset the game between recordings. And that puts my lives back down because that actually re-increases the risk I have of getting a game over. As you can see, I've died a few more times, and thus I am kind of in a dangerous place. If I don't perform well, I am going to get a game over. I don't have much room for death, so I'm gonna have to watch what I do. And this is why you want to take the time to kind of explore the levels and explore the worlds and get the lives that you want, or lives that you need. Because once you get to this part of the game, once you get to Krazy Kremland, once you get to Kremquay, as I was saying, the game's gonna start taking lives from you, and you want to have all of the reassurance that you have. Also with these guys, I determined that if they attack you from the side while they're spinning, they will do damage to you and take away a Kong, but if you jump on top of them, that is when they will fling you. I don't think I have the O. I think I missed the O, but yeah, I only have the... Yeah, I only have KN. Interesting thing about this level is you can't do it as fast as the other swamp levels because of those mini neckies that come swooping down at you. Your progress is kind of staggered, all things considered. Now, I'll show you off what they do in this level, and I will try to run away, but it will be for naught. Now, if I do remember correctly, the location of the DK coin in this level is in a terrible place, and it's not an issue right now, but it will be a little bit later. Possibly. But in the meantime, we're going to be doing a minigame. Not a minigame, a bonus stage. I think this was Destroy Them All? Yeah, it was. Oh, that was embarrassing. Thankfully, we have another cannonball that we can use on these friggin'... And I think that's almost all of them, but I'm running out of time, so I really need to hurry up. And we got ourselves a Krem coin. So that's great. I think this by far is the most difficult... I shouldn't get that coin. This is by far the most difficult of the swamp levels in the game. And I mean, it should be. It's the last one. It's quite a few stages after the other. So what you want to do here, what the game wants you to do, is jump on the barrels to get some lift and just do a little platforming with them. And it's a cool idea. I really actually like that mechanic. It works really well, and it's a lot of fun to do. And here we got banana. I'm not getting that G because I know that I lost my opportunity to do anything with it, and I'm just going to avoid those cat o' nine tails. Even though the cat o' nine tails can fling you up in the air, it's kind of not very reliable how they fling you up, so I wouldn't rely on it too much. And here we have ourselves a little platforming section. I've always loved those platforming sections where you're jumping from barrel to barrel because they're fun. Also, don't kill that guy. You need his barrels in order to get this DK coin. This terribly placed DK coin. Alright, so it's placed after the banana coin. So... okay, we gotta get the timing on this right. And there we go. The best idea there is to use Dixie Kong's hairspin in order to time when you land on the barrel, because you do have some option of when you bounce off of it. But in any case, that is the end of Mudhole Marsh. That is the end of swamp levels, and I'm glad, because even though I like swamp levels, I also don't. And that level in particular was a nightmare of my childhood, but we're not talking about my childhood. We are going into Ramby Rumble, which sounds exciting. It's a hive level. Take that as you will. I like hive levels, but at the same time, they are a bit of a pain in the ass. Actually, the end of Krazy Kremland, I feel, has a stark contrast in difficulty from the first half. Maybe this is just an ill perception on my part because I played the earlier levels a lot more, but oh my god, that was dumb. That was a dumb, bad idea, and we want to get this barrel now that we messed that up. Thankfully, that barrel is there, but anyway. This hive level is a little more labyrinthine. There's a term for it. Labyrinthy? No, I'll put it up. It's a lot more confusing than the other ones, and it's a lot easier to fall down to earlier parts of the stage. So this is one of those levels. It's also easy to kind of cheat your way up, but it's also kind of easy to get your way down. It's easy to mistake higher parts of the level, like of the actual level, for secrets, which it isn't. There are secrets in this level, of course. There's no level in this game that doesn't have secrets, so that's a silly notion. Like, every level has at least one secret, at least one bonus area. These clamp-ons are starting to move faster, and they're an example, I think, or they're a good example of the developers playing with the AI of individual enemies placed throughout the game instead of just giving every enemy their own set AI. Now here's a part of these levels that I hate. Jumping down honey walls. Oh god. This claims many a life. However, we do have some things here. Now what we can do is we can kind of hover down. This isn't really necessarily the best method because when you're twirling down, the camera doesn't really give you any really good indication of where you are because it keeps the camera panned low, as you can see. So, yeah, the camera keeps you panned low and you can't really see what's coming up ahead. That is exactly what I said. I'm not adding anything to this conversation. I'm exploring around looking for secrets. I'm also collecting a lot more bananas than I used to because I need to kind of keep my life stockade up. Now, I haven't said this about save points yet, or maybe I have, but in case I haven't, the first time you go to a save point in a world, the save is free, so that's actually really nice. Even though it's only 2 coins normally, and 2 coins are easy to get, it's nice that they make it so that you don't have, like, it takes a little bit of the pressure off. Every save after that is 2 coins, but it's nice to be able to kind of keep your progress in check just by getting to the save point. Now, anyway, here we have another bonus challenge. And I think it's just kind of wall climbing again. Yeah. You know, as tricky as these levels are, their bonus stages are kind of really easy. Maybe there will be one coming up that'll surprise me, but, well, I will have to see about that. Cutlasses are a bit of a dangerous enemy here, because they place them on narrow areas or around honey or places where you just don't have a lot of control. Oh god, this was a bad idea. Oh no. Well, we're back here and we gotta go through all that again. I'll see you back up there. Also, those jumps suck as Diddy because you don't really have a lot of room for error. You can land right on the bee. Dixie is a lifesaver in these levels. Her precision is just so great. Is there something down here? I'm not gonna check. Maybe there is, but I doubt it, and I'm not gonna take that risk. However, as it turns out, I do need another Kong, so... Okay, that's a bottomless pit. Sure, why not? The problem is, I need Dixie Kong now, because without her, I can't do the rest of this level! Or get all the things in it. Wow, Diddy falls a long way. Wait, I didn't save. Oh, God. No! Well. Now you get to see the game over screen. So there's that. Oh, this game over screen was always terrifying for me. Just that fade to blood red. It's... Ugh. I'll see you back in the hive. I just hate how they put the DK coin at the very end of this level. So if you mess it up, you have to do the entire level over again, and that just kind of sucks. Also, believe this at your own discretion, but I actually got through that level again with no deaths. So that's nice at least. That'll speed up this process. That game over was my fault, and I take entire responsibility for it, and I'm going to make efforts to not have something like that happen again. You get complacent when you have too many lives. The challenge is getting through all of that crap, getting the save point, and then getting to this point while still having both Kongs. That is your main challenge here, because you only get like a couple DK barrel, like you get one DK barrel down there at one can't clamp on, and then you have to jump down past a bunch of other enemies. Wait, can I just reach that with one Kong? Oh my god, I could have just reached that with one Kong. I feel like an idiot now. Well, the reason we wanted to do that instead of go through the door is in order to get this DK coin. Now, we can't proceed forward because there is in fact a Zinger in the way, so we are not going to do that. We are going to go down and we are going to go back in this passage as the game wants us to do, because when we do that, we get to turn into a rhino. We get to become Rambi and do the rest of the level as a rhino. And this is amazing and awesome because suddenly all these zingers that have given us such trouble, you can just slam into them. You can jump on them. Honey won't stick you down. I love this part of this level. It's so much fun and it's just satisfying, and then you go and get shot by a fat crocodile with cannonball, whatever. That's okay, because I love this part of the level. Now, something else I absolutely love about this level and these zingers is when you jump down here and you feel so powerful, you're a rhino, and then, oh, well, this isn't the part I was thinking of. Well, that's fine. Oh my god, it's a giant bee. And here you have to run and you have this terrifying soundtrack, and okay, it's not that scary, but the fact is there is a giant bee, and if you slow down, he will catch up to you. That is King Zing, if I am quite correct in naming. Yep, King Zing. He is fast, he will catch you, and he will murder you for being a rhino. He does not like rhinos, and clearing that gets you life, or gets you bananas. I wouldn't go down there again. But I really like the end of that level section. It's a lot of fun, and I think there might actually be something up there that we need both Kongs for. I hope I don't regret this. Well, if nothing else, there is another Krem coin in the level I need to get, so hopefully it's there. The interesting thing about this level is it's not particularly that long or that hard playing through it again. The real challenge is getting to the end while maintaining both of your Kongs. Also, I wouldn't recommend using Rambi's charge here because then you start slamming into bees, and the red bees just kind of send you flying, and then you can't kill the red bees with rhinos. What are you, stupid? You don't kill red bees with rhinos, you need something special for red bees. But because that was a more successful run and I have both Kongs, I feel that this will be a okay thing. I wonder if I have to actually charge that wall. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. if that was what I had to do. Yep, I got it. Thank God I tested that instead of just going to the animal explosion sign. But that gets us to destroy us all, destroy them all mission, which is just a nice little time to kill these slacking Kremlings that are just hanging out inside the hives and just eating all the honey. And get back to work. Krazy Kremland doesn't operate itself. That was dumb. So now that that's taken care of, we can sort of go on this side. However, I still am suspicious of this level design, and there is actually nothing up here. So I didn't even need to kill myself all along, but I guess I did because I would have had to gone back in order to get that bonus, so it's okay. Now, are we going to get the G? Yes, but all we get is Ong. You know, one of these days, I'm going to get Kong again. I'm going to spell out the entire thing again. But anyway, now that we have finished Ramby Rumble, we go to King Zing Sting, the boss battle. It's the biggest hive in the boss of Kremland. It is, in fact, the very same bee that we could not fight as a rhino. So instead, we're going to fight him as a parrot. This is a great idea. King Zing Sting is, I would actually say, well, all of the bosses past Crow are kind of challenging in their own way, and it's fittingly challenging enough for their part of the game. Kugel, kind of, he's a long boss fight. This boss fight I do like. It is challenging, but it also doesn't overstay its welcome, I feel. I mean, you do have to get King Zing Sting, oh god, you have to get him with a ton of hits. And his weak point, in case it isn't obvious, is his glowing red stinger. Because if a bee uses its actual stinger, or a wasp, they die. Actually, I don't know if that's true of wasps or just bees. I'm no botanist. I know botanists flowers, I'm just making a bad joke. Okay, so the more you hit him twice, he does his little needle shot spray thing, and now he only has one more cycle of that left. You just have to hit him about 6 times, and that means one more time. He's not really that tough if you just kind of give him space and don't get overzealous on your flight. Remember that you can fly faster up or down, and once you hit him 6 times, he turns into a little bee. Aw, you weren't so big after all. He does, however, have a barrier of other zingers that you need. Oh. Nuts. Gotta do that old boss over again. The biggest threat is probably when he's above you. I don't mind refighting King Zing Sting. If I had to refight Kugel, that would have been annoying because he has one of the longest boss fights in the game. And longer than it has any business being. And this can actually get pretty fun, just dodging around him. And then the most dangerous part, I think, of this part of when he does his second round of shooting stingers is when he's approaching you. But otherwise, yeah, hardest part of this fight is when he's just above you coming down. When he's down on the, but that's also your best opportunity to hit him. Although I would also argue that's when he's in this lower level and you can kind of get yourself at a better angle. Now, if you just kind of keep your space, you can get rid of these. If you don't kill all 4 of these guys fast enough, they will regenerate like so. So you don't want to take too long. And now he's just 1 bee left, but he's extremely stubborn and that is not enough to kill him. You hit him again and he will gain a little more speed to dash after you, but it's not enough. And of course he is stubborn because he's the king of the zingers, but that doesn't matter because he is going down. Goodbye, King Zing. Good night, sweet prince. Diddy Kong, what are you doing? So yeah, with that, with all of the Krem coins and all of the DK coins, that brings an end to Krazy Kremland. And that will actually bring us up to the next part of Crocodile Isle, Gloomy Gulch. But if you want to see this very spooky looking lair of Crocodile Isle after we have finished up Kremland, then you're just gonna maybe have to watch the next episode. Or maybe just watch another episode, or another Let's Play, or a walkthrough, or buy the game yourself. But if you stick around, I love you. Anyway, if you want to see Gloomy Gulch, I just hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!